Hey everyone, it's Erica from Superior Budgets. Welcome back or welcome to my channel if you are new. On my channel, I use the cash budgeting method to save for my goals and to help pay off debt. I'm so glad that you're here hanging out with me today, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch. I know I'm early. I couldn't wait. I was super impatient. We are doing my January debt update. I cannot wait to share the numbers with you guys because I am actually very happy about it. So yeah, if you're new here, I started working towards paying off all of my consumer debt on December 7th, and I've been sharing my progress with you guys here on my channel. We started off with a total debt of $36,361.23. So currently right now we are working on my Affirm loan, paying my minimums on my RBC or on my CIBC loan and RBC line of credit. RBC line of credit is getting a bit more than the minimum because right now all I have to pay on my RBC line of credit is the interest payment, and the interest payment is typically less than $250, but I make the payment a total of $250 just so I can put a little bit towards the principal each month. Okay, so let's get on to the update here. We are going to start with my Affirm loan. So this sheet looks a little messy, so sorry guys. So on January 3rd, I paid $322.03 on my Affirm loan. This was for my $122.03 minimum payment plus my $200 Snowball. And that brought my balance down to $1,608.04. Now, these numbers are written here on the side because they don't actually add up. Like if I go 194085 minus 1608.04, it's $332.81, but I paid $322.03. So I'm not too sure why that's like that, but it's fine. Whatever, it is what it is. I'm not mad about it. It's making it seem like I'm paying more, and these are like, this is actually what I paid, and this is the actual number on my Affirm account, what it says my remaining balance is. So I'm not going to argue with it, but that's what it is. And then when I finished when I did my month end and I pulled all the money out of my debt binder and my debt challenges that I completed and everything like that, I had a total of $712. So I put that onto my Affirm loan as an extra debt payment, and that brought my Affirm loan down to $845.08. So currently, that's what I have remaining, which is fantastic. I am super happy about that, only having $845 left on this loan. If we have a month in February of savings for debt, like I had in January, with the $322.03 that I'm going to pay off, so $322.03, I'll have $523.05 left to pay on my loan. And then if I get over $700 in extra debt payments for February, this loan will be paid off, and then we will be moving on to my CIBC loan. So that is super exciting. We are going to get this paid off very quick. We started working really hard at paying off this loan on December 7th. I did factor in what I had already paid on the loan back when I first got it in July of 2025. Just to, give myself some motivation with this debt payoff journey, but that's super, super exciting. We basically will have paid off $2,228.83 in 3 months. So that's awesome. All right, guys. So that is my Affirm loan. That's my current balance, what we're sitting at right now. So in total, so far, I don't know why I got rid of this. If I take $2,916.95 and I subtract $845.08, I have paid off $2,071.87 of my Affirm loan this far. That is super awesome. So we're going to go over to my tracker here. This is my coloring tracker. One second, I forgot to grab a little backer sheet here. Boop. Okay, we'll put that there. So if I take $2,071.87 and I divide it by 30, because that's how much each one of these squares are, I can have 69 squares colored in. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, right? There's 100 squares. How is that 53? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, we're at 50 because this is halfway, so that has to be square 50. Duh. So 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, and 69 squares. Okay, I'm going to color all these in. I will speed you guys up through the process. I'll put some nice little music over it or something. Probably get dinged for copyright. We'll see. All right, guys, I will be right back. Guys, that is so exciting. Look at how much progress we have on this tracker. I am thrilled. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is awesome. Over halfway. I can't wait to have this paid off. That is so exciting. All right, let's move on to the next one before I go on and on about how happy I am with this debt payoff. Okay. So next up, we have my CIBC loan. So my CIBC loan is a loan that I got to pay off my CIBC credit card because I had it forever and I was just really struggling to pay it off. And they offered me a loan at a much lower interest rate, and I took that so that way I am able to pay this off. So the minimum payment on my CIBC loan every single month comes out on the 22nd is $180.20. And then I go into my CIBC loan and I calculate how much of that went to the principal and how much of that was interest. Right now, my current balance on my CIBC loan after this payment is $8,262.94. So of that 180.20, $109.09 went to the principal and $71.11 went to interest. So far on my CIBC loan, we started off at $8,480.21, and I am now sitting at a balance of $8,262.94. So I have paid off a total of $217.27 so far on this loan. So if I go over to my Game of Loans tracker, on here, each shield is $85. So if I take $217.27 and I divide it by 85, I can have 2 shields colored in. Try to move that from the ring light. That's not working, is it? Anyways, there we go. Okay, so with being able to have 2 shields colored in, I can color in one more little shield here to track our progress on this guy. All right. Awesome. And next up is our RBC line of credit. This one here, we started off at a balance of $2,964.07. And my interest payment that came out for January was $201.78. So I put an additional $48.22 onto it for a total payment of $250. I budget every single month $250 to go onto my line of credit. So I just kind of take when the interest payment comes out on the 14th, I subtract it from $250, figure out how much I need to put on it to get to $250, and that's how much I put onto the principal of the loan. So now my RBC line of credit is sitting at $24,915.85. So I've only paid off $48.22 of it. We're using Debtress to track this one here, and each piece is $124.82. So we cannot color in another piece yet, but that's okay. Soon enough, we will be able to slowly start picking away at that one. So in total, if I go to my main debt payoff tracker, what I did here was I added up all of my remaining balances. So $845.08 plus sorry, can you guys see this? $8,262.94 plus $24,915.85. So right now, my current debt and how much I owe is $34,023.87. So if I take my total starting balance of $36,361.23 and I subtract $34,023.87 in total since I started my, very serious debt payoff journey in December 7th, plus, the little bit that I paid on my Affirm loan prior to starting this right here, I've paid off a total of $2,337.36 in debt. So on my Conquer That Mountain challenge, which will tracks my total debt payoff progress, each icon here is $363.61. So if I take this and divide it by 363.61, I can have 6 of these colored in. 6 of these squares. So I'm just doing this in the same fashion as the other one. So here's one more. And this one will be a dark blue. So 6 squares total can be colored in. Awesome. So we are making progress on that tracker too. So that is super exciting. So this month alone, if I take what my remaining balances were from the end of December, which was $35,276.95, and I subtract $34,023 or $23.87. This month I made $1,253.08 in debt payments, which isn't totally accurate, but like I said, this Affirm one's like a little bit funny, and it always says I paid off more than what I did. I don't know, I can't see principal and interest and stuff on that loan. It's probably, I don't know, I can only see like how much I paid, and then it shows me how much I have left owing. I'll put like in a little like snapshot of it. Well, I'll put in a little snapshot, but I'll have you know, I am not actually sitting at $845.08. I just did that for this debt update because I did make my Affirm payment on February 1st. So I'm actually sitting at a balance of $508.80. But that's for next month. So anyways, I'll put in a little snapshot so you can see what I see, because I don't know, the math, like if we did the math on paper, it wouldn't make much sense. But so yeah, that's how much we've paid off, over $1,000 in debt payments this month, which is fantastic. We are moving right along to finishing off our Affirm loan, and I am really hoping that at the end of February this loan will be paid off, and I think it will. I really think it will. We're manifesting that, okay? I set a goal for myself this month to put over at least $400 extra on this loan, and I almost doubled that, so that is fantastic. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for being here and following me along on my debt payoff journey. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support and the tips in the comments. It's been fantastic. I am so glad that I started this channel again and, you know, started doing cash budgeting and savings and stuff like that, because it's really helping keeping me accountable. If I wasn't doing any of this, I would be literally putting just the minimums on all of this. I probably wouldn't be putting extra money. I would be spending that money probably on going to concerts and living my life, but I need to crack down because we have some long-term future goals that we want to hit. So yeah, I just thank you guys so much. I'm elated with this. I'm like, look at this. We're almost done. We're halfway. We're almost 75% of the way done. That's incredible. All right, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm sorry for putting this video up early. It was supposed to go up on Sunday, but I couldn't wait. So I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And I will see you guys tomorrow for game day. Today is Tuesday, the 3rd. We have game day tomorrow, debt binder on Thursday. And yeah, the rest of the schedule will be accurate that I have posted on my YouTube. Just not the 8th, because the debt update is here on the 3rd. We're 5 days early. It's okay. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.